The Lil Tay situation is insane. This child star has just turned 18 and has started causing some crazy controversies, from calling women who work a 9-to-5 failures.
You are a failure. Like, by then you should have already made your bed.
Encouraging adult content.
And ladies, every single one of you should drop the link like me.
And potentially sharing some borderline underage content. After just being on the very infamous adult platform for just 3 hours, Lil Tay has claimed to have made millions, with her bragging that she was still the youngest one doing it, and asked that the grown-ass haters who have been hating since she was 9 years old how they felt now. Tay Tian, also known online as Lil Tay, has over the years caused some insane controversies from being a young influencer. In 2018, she gained her initial fame as a child star, sharing how she can buy some very expensive things. One infamous video saw her get into a red Mercedes-Benz.
Y'all ain't doing it like Lil Tay. This is why all y'all fucking haters hate me, bitch. This shit cost me $200,000. I'm only 9 years old. I ain't got no license, but I still drive this sports car, bitch.
Where she couldn't even touch the pedals, stating, "This shit cost me $200,000. I'm only 9 years old. I ain't got no license, but I still drive this sports car, bitch. Your favourite rapper ain't doing it like Lil Tay." However, in this video, she would have stated she was 9 years old in 2018, and with the maths, that would mean she would be 16 now. So the numbers are definitely not adding up, but still, if she's just turned 18 now, that means back in that video she would have been 11. Not many 11-year-olds would be flexing over Mercedes. However, do just keep this in mind for what's to come up. Boasting about her record-breaking start on OF, she shared her earnings breakdown over the first initial 3 hours, and it is crazy. From subscriptions alone, she earned a staggering $511,003 from subscriptions, $26,636 coming from tips, $486,558 coming from private messages, equating to a whopping $1,024,298. She has shared a good amount of comments relating to her success on OF. For all the grown-ass haters who've been hating on me since I was 9 years old, look at me now. What have you all got to say? You can hate on me all you want. You can't say Lil Tay ain't winning. So for everyone out there, do whatever the hell you want with your life. Who gives a fuck what people have to say? And remember this, Lil Tay, rich and finna get richer. Oh yeah, and thank you to all my supporters who pre-ordered since 2018, whenever you did. This is so concerning that there is no seeming concern about when an influencer turns 18, there is then a massive boom in their OF launch. It feels predatory, I'll be honest. This has happened with quite a few larger celebrity and influencer names, with one that even came up with Lil Tay being Bad Baby. Lil Tay has even branded her content on OF as being a fresh 18-year-old, which has been quite a popular bait phrase amongst the kind of adult industry.
I don't think I've gone young enough. Yeah, I want the most barely legal 18-year-old. Ideally just 30 seconds past midnight.
I think it's disgusting. And the goal of getting the youngest person or being the youngest possible person within law for sexual needs just is crossing so many blurry lines. Waiting for celebrities to turn of age to see their sexual content is just so weird. You watch these people as children stars just to pounce on their adult content as soon as legally it seems okay, but morally, is it really okay? She had said she wasn't worried about creepy old men subscribing to her account, as she said they've been looking at pictures of her since she was 15 and that she might as well make money from it. I'm not sure if she's just now deconditioned to seeing how wrong this is, but there are a lot of red flags from lots of different angles here. Upon her announcement for the initial content, she shared it was being posted at 12:01 a.m. on her 18th birthday, meaning it is likely 99% filmed before her 18th birthday, suggesting, obviously just suggesting, I don't know, but it's suggesting that that would have meant she would be 17, suggesting that would be graphic material for her being a 17-year-old, which is underage for graphic material. It is illegal to share child pornography, and I do wonder if there will be much surrounding this. I don't know if there's going to be loopholes, but it's just very distasteful regardless. As mentioned before, she had previously, or at least what it seems, to have lied about her age. So realistically, we don't know if she has just turned 18 or not. Her age might be different to what she's claiming. We don't really know. Lil Tay has now been encouraging her followers to come see her in her birthday suit for $19.99, and also incentivizing that she will be replying to all DMs which come at an additional cost. She is sharing these links on all of her social media pages, with her Instagram having 5.7 million followers and her TikTok having 2.4 million. So she has now gone into a bit of a spiral with some more rage baiting. Lil Tay came out with this statement: "If you are over the age of 25 and you're still working a 9 to 5, you are a failure. Like, by then you should have already made your bag."
5, you are a failure. Like, by then you should have already made your bag.
This is just a very out of touch comment. Frankly, it's very out of touch. Many people have to work 9 to 5s. Sometimes people have to work more than one job just to be able to make ends meet. Not everyone's circumstances are the same. You've got to think of health, family dynamics, even just the area you live in or you were born in. She continued with, "And ladies, every single one of you should drop the link. Like me, literally, just make your bag. Who gives a fuck what anyone thinks?" This is ultimately her choice to make an OF account to share adult content. However, this doesn't mean that everyone wants to or that they should do it. There is a lot to discuss around OF, and I'm personally not for necessarily encouraging the platform. Not to say I would judge those who do it, but boasting like this and pushing people towards doing adult content, I personally don't think isn't great, especially when it is very likely she has a younger audience. So she does actually backtrack on her comments, saying she was misunderstood and that she was just trying to motivate women to make more money, basically, and that they should be empowered to do whatever they want to do. I think it's just a response to the negativity, I'll be honest. I think she's just trying to backpedal to try and save face a bit because she knows that her comments were causing controversy, and kind of on the back of suggesting everyone should be doing OF. The high earners, what they're claiming isn't true for everyone, as only 0.1% of the top OF creators earn the large chunk of 76% of all money on the site. You know, not everyone is going to be a large earner, and encouraging it as it's a make money quick scheme and that everyone can do it, I don't think is a reasonable comment. I think it is out of touch, and it's just promoting something that isn't necessarily true. Amongst this initial rage bait, she has also been shaping her adult content around some very questionable themes, including baby oil from some very questionable parties from an infamous rapper. We all know this. She knows what reaction this is going to spark, and she does use the name and nod towards Diddy parties on her posting about her $15 million earned over the last 2 weeks. As much as we can raise eyebrows towards Lil Tay, the fact that she has earned $15 million says a lot about her audience, and the fact that she is just newly 18. People are even making jokes about pre-ordering a teenager, which is just a nuts statement. The fact that that's out there is disgusting. Taking it to a personal level, she has had quite a bad backlash. Her family has kicked her out and have disowned her. I can't imagine many parents would want to see their children doing content like this, and the response doesn't necessarily surprise me, but that isn't to say whether that's a right or wrong response. This type of situation just seems to be happening more and more and more, and just people normalizing it completely. To me, it just seems scary and wrong and just so dangerous in so many different ways. Watching a child star grow up and pouncing on the opportunity to see them sexually literally as soon as they turn 18 is predatory and disgusting. What are your views on this? I would like to say I try and think pretty openly, and I try to look from all angles, but I am struggling to see the positives here. Yes, she has made a lot of money, but kind of at what cost? People do have varied views on adult content, and that is okay, but I'm just very not okay with the age dynamic that's been brought into this situation. It's damaging for younger audiences to see and for it to be promoted towards younger audiences, and just because you can share it doesn't mean that you should be sharing it. I am concerned why there isn't people around her trying to help, or at least guiding her in the right direction, as we all know that this OF can very much damage your reputation or your long-term prospects as an adult, and whether or not that should be the case is kind of what we are facing right now. And yes, she has been in the public eye for a long amount of time. Maybe her prospects as an adult aren't the same. However, I do think that introducing this could be very detrimental to her. It is great that she is earning lots of money, and I hope she is setting it up in ways that it sets her up for a good amount of time, and that it's not just money that's going to be going down the drain. But as we have been seeing in the industry lately, a lot of creators are very pushing their boundaries of what is acceptable and what is going to get the clicks, and I fear that these very young people are putting themselves into situations that are dangerous, kind of touching on the stuff with Bonnie Blue and Lily Phillips and these very extreme challenges or behaviours, backdoor competitions and how many people in one go. There could be irreversible damages being caused to their bodies, and again, there's not to say that Lil Tay might do these extremes, but as an industry, it seems that is the direction that it's going. I just think as a large conversation, there is that concern, is she opening herself up to a world that is very damaging and life-altering? And not necessarily in the best ways. There has been a lot of adult stars come out over the years and say they very heavily regret the work they've done. Some people argue that with OF you have a lot more control over yourself and your content, but there is now a lot of managers going into OF and dealing with these women's profiles. So is there full autonomy over their bodies now? I don't know. And just a lot of women who have been in the industry are saying they regret it and they wish that they could have stuff removed that they'll never be able to have removed, and that they have trauma that follows them from their career and they have a stigma attached to them for their life. And I just worry that this is a very extreme decision to make when you are just 18. And again, kind of wrapping it up, the fact that so many people have been interested in her content as she turns 18 is bizarre and disturbing, and I really hope people who are doing this have a good hard look at themselves, because the fact that you can think about is pre-ordering a teenager, is that not raising eyebrows? Does that not ring alarm bells for what you were doing? I think her comments of people being failures because they aren't earning what she's earning, I think it is a younger, naive thought process. I don't agree with it, and of course I think it's very insensitive, but I think it's just her. I think it's just kind of a bit of an ego boost. She's had a lot of money and she can't necessarily see outside of it that not everyone's able to do this. And it's a bit of a narrow-minded thought process. I'm not to say, maybe I think it is just an age thing, and part of it being that she has grown up in a very different environment of being a child influencer. The comments are very unfair, and kind of on the flip side, any younger person hearing this, I think, is just concerning, because again, like we mentioned, you're not necessarily earning the big amounts of money just because you start an OF, and these platforms can be very damaging and encouraging younger people to go towards these in the hopes of millions of pounds or euros, dollars, whatever, and then not meeting it, but they've then had their name tarnished through doing it. I just think it's a very dangerous thing to kind of start sharing. So thank you guys for watching this one. I will keep following the story and see if anything else is said. I do know there now seems to be a bit of TikTok drama for Lil Tay, so let me know if you want a deep dive on that, and if you do want more content like this, I do feel very strongly towards the industry and just, I think, protecting younger people against the realities and just that they shouldn't be exposed to things like this as young or be able to make choices like this as young as they are. And yeah, just let me know down below what you want to see from me next. And yeah, please be sure to subscribe and like this video. It really helps to support the channel, and I will see you in the next one.